It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40.
Ready. Double 38. Here we go. Field, black, white. Ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Take a look at the defense for these Texans. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. We know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Black open. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now, and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Play action. Stroud now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
34 yards there and a first down.
35-yard line.
Here we go.
Stroud looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The Texans at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
At the 19-yard line.
Stroud off the play fake. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Swap. Another swap.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
118. What's that? 2J.
Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll... come out to the 20.
20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one. And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Right, let's go now. 60 red. 6 blue striker.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Set, huh?
Now a handoff running through the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Black, 95. Black shot. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. He'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and a couple.
18. That's it.
And Stroud now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 42.
Now Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that is dropped. Oh, that could have been a near certain 6 points. He was all alone, but he could not look it in. My, oh, my. Here's 2nd and 10.
On the quick, right?
Again, it's Stroud. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 42 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up. Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team, and that's exactly what we just saw.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 3rd down and 1.
Stroud to throw it.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans have moved out in front.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That's taken in by Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Red 38. Green jacket. Red cycle. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Okay, ready?
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Right, set.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
This is caught by McMillan.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 40 yards.
And the Titans take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 4.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Second and 1.
The Texans' 49-yard line.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
That is caught. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, kick to the right side and intercepted. And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
The kicker on for the
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 1.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Stroud working out of the gun.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Nico Collins
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
The Texans. Over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
That's complete. It's Jalen Noel.
Touchdown, Houston!
Jalen Noel,
50 yards! And the Texans have broken the tie. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
38, Titans 31.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking in the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Slot man moves right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Looking to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Chimere Dike,
53 yards.
And the Titans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And the Texans first
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Caught here, right side, Knoll.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the Titans' 44-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made.
They got his man, complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50, as they have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. High-scoring first half, and to this point, a high-scoring second half. A lot of offense, Charles.
Very entertaining game for guys like you and me, being able to watch it. Anyone who's here in the stadium, they've got to be having a blast, wondering who's going to score next and who's going to gain an advantage. The people who hate this,
the guys that play your old position.
my old position, anyone on defense, this is not a satisfying game for them, not at all.
Yeah, these offenses rolling. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
It's a gain of 20. And the Titans first down.
Set, ready.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back now in Houston, it's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. This offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Stroud will look to throw once more. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he returns this to the 22.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A gain of 22 yards.
Watch out now. Stick, red, sight, ready. Yellow, 40, sight, white. Cross it, 6, 10.
Back to throw again. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch him on their heels.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Blue striker. Let's go. 50, green jack. Hey, go steal. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Here it is, 4th and inches. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here we go. This is 4th down.
Down. 33. Yellow. Yellow. Claws red. Steel black.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here's 1st and goal.
Set. Ready.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have taken a 4th quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. And that will make this a 4-point game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. This 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Stroud. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker
is on the field. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Stroud. It's caught inside the 25. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Red, cycle, check punt. 50, green. Red, yellow. Eagle, blue. Blaster, stick. Ready,
he's back to throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
You're not going to get many better opportunities than that to take the lead in the 4th quarter. He's got a man wide open. But, oh, my goodness, just too much air under the ball, and he knew it right away.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
6 yards.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Ready, set.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Blue, 32. Smash, red. 6, mega. Black shot. Slide through. Set.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They took a big shot, just trying to get within sight of field goal range. But that was not to me, and now the task gets more difficult because you're looking at maybe 2 more plays here to give your kicker a chance.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yellow, 22. White, blue, yellow, steel, black. Green down. Red, cycle. Red, yellow. Cut.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, They were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Texans,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
and they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for